Senator Tuberville.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Chairman, for being here. Kind of remind me of sitting in a chair after I got the heck beat out of me in the football game and knowing the other team didn't go by the rules, and I had to explain why, and there's really no way around it. We've screwed this up. You got to have rules, and we've all seen this coming. I've invested in crypto. I didn't get as deep as some of these people have gotten, but it is a mess, and it's going to get worse if we don't get control of it, but we got confidence that you will with our help. We've been trying to help. So, this country needs to be the leader in the world, in financial regulation, all the innovation. And if we don't, we're going to be in trouble. China's got their own digital currency that's cranking up. But, it's a huge problem. I've got people calling me from everywhere going, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about this? Well, it's new. It's totally new, and you go through some hard times, and unfortunately, you got a lot of people that have lost money in this, but we've got to get control of it so people get confidence in digital currency, bottom line. So I got just a couple of questions here. First of all, you said you met with Sam, and of course, we've had him in hearings before. You got any text or emails with him over the years?
Yeah, so in addition to I pointed out to Senator Stabenow's question, I mentioned there's this sort of dogged desire to get this application approved, and my approach to that application, given the issues and the strong feelings, was that I needed to be as transparent and open with him and FTX, as well as other CEOs who felt the same. So there were a number of emails and messages back and forth, all about the application, about the status of the application. Some of the messages were about scheduling the 10 meetings I mentioned, but it was about updates, giving us, again, this dogged approach to we submitted answers to the questions from the division, or we have more data to just support their advocacy of this application, all in relation to the application.
Okay, good. Thanks you. Chairman Gensler is using this collapse to argue that the SEC should run point on crypto regulation, but he has repeatedly cut off pathways for crypto firms to register at his agency. What have you done at the CFTC to encourage digital asset firms to register and enter the regulatory fold?
Senator, this is, it's a great question, but this is at the heart of the problem, right? We've had, since, really 2016, 2017, we've seen an influx of these crypto firms coming to the CFTC to list derivatives products, whether on incumbent or existing registered exchanges, but also crypto firms buying existing derivatives exchanges and starting to list crypto derivatives. New products emerging and new ways that the crypto community can get into derivatives exchanges. But ultimately, and this is the reference I think you're making, in terms of regulation of cash markets, right? The spot market, we simply do not have authority to register cash market exchanges or any intermediary, broker dealer, or entity within that structure. And that's what concerns me, right? This is the gap. This is the gap that exists. This is the gap that FSOC pointed out. And ultimately, again, to your point, if we don't do something, customers are going to continue to lose money, and we're going to be right back here again in a couple months.
Exactly. On another point here, going back to FTX, these major environmental social governance, ESG, ratings companies gave FTX high marks, very high marks, for corporate governance. We have since learned that the exact opposite was true. What federal agency is responsible for auditing these ESG rating reports? What needs to be done to protect investors from inaccurate reporting by ESG rating companies? And can these people be sued when they do something like this?
Senator, I think it would depend on if these are products that are being traded and there's an ESG rating on it, then naturally I think if it was a security financial product, it would be the SEC that would have to come up with some sort of rating mechanism. But I don't know for sure that it would necessarily be the SEC or potentially another department that might have the authority. But you point out a potential gap in who are the rating agencies. This was an issue in 2008 with the financial crisis. Who is overseeing rating agencies, and what are the conflicts of interest there, and what actions are they taking, and is it truly an objective rating to give consumers and investors the information that they need.
Should this be in some kind of bill that we do with crypto?
To the extent that the issue you raise is a significant problem and one that crypto firms are getting ESG-related ratings, then I think it's something that we should talk about further and make sure that this goes to the heart of disclosures and customer information, which is, I think, is a part of at least the CPA and the bills that are being proposed. Investors need information. We need to bridge the gap between an issuer, a rating agency, and an investor so they know exactly what information they have and they can make the most informed decision. But certainly would welcome the opportunity to work with you and see if we can do something in this space.
Well, as we go through this investigation, hopefully, if we look into some of these investors into FTX, we find out, did you look at this ESG report? Did you look at, their credence?
Absolutely.
Did you invest because of that? Somebody could get in trouble over this, and we need to really look into this. We've got people out there doing things they shouldn't be doing, especially when it comes to finances and people losing millions and millions of dollars. But look forward to working with you. I know you'll get control of it. Look forward to people having the opportunity to continue to invest in crypto, but also understand that there's rules and regulations. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.